Partnership Accounts, Cambridge IGCSE. February March 2020 paper variance 22. Tia and Sadhna are partners in a trading business. Their trial balance at 31st December 2019 was as follows. So they had given a trial balance with a set of information, followed by additional information. Inventory at 31st December 2019 was valued 5,165. Depreciation on furniture is to be charged 20% per annum using straight line method. The insurance includes a payment of 2,160 for 12 months from 1st July 2019 to 30th June 2020. The partnership agreement provides for interest on capital 5% per annum, a salary for Tia of 6,000 per annum. Residual profits are to be shared equally. Let's complete additional information working 3. The insurance includes a payment of 2,160 for 12 months from 1st July 2019 to 30th June 2020. As you can see here, the financial year begins 2019 Jan and it ends on December 2019. Any information beyond that will be transferred to next financial year. So here you can see the payment was made for 12 months and they had made the payment on 1st July 2019 and they have paid till 30th June 2020. Therefore, if this is the financial year, the payment is made on July till the next financial year 2020 June. Therefore, it's very much clear that nearly 6 months had been prepaid for insurance. So we can only include this financial year's insurance value for 6 months, which is July, August, September, October, November, December. 6 months only can be included for the information on 2019 statements. Therefore, let's go to insurance account 7,920 and remove 2,160 and add only 1,080, which is for the current year. Therefore, it gives a total of 6,840, which needs to be transferred to the income statement. Additional information 2. Depreciation of furniture is to be charged 20% per annum using straight line method. Therefore, you can find here furniture as cost is 24,000 and you calculate 20% of it because it's straight line method. Therefore, you end up getting 4,800. This goes to income statement under expenses, whereas the addition of the opening balance 5,600 and current year's depreciation 4,800, the addition of these two will be transferred to statement of financial position, which is 10,400. Adjustment 4. Partnership agreement provides for interest on capital 5% per annum. So let's find out the capital accounts of Tia and Sadhna. You can see Tia has 80,000, therefore find 5% of it, which gives 4,000, whereas Sadhna 40,000 into 5% gives 2,000. Now we are almost done with all the adjustments. Now let's see how to prepare an income statement. The first section in an income statement is revenue and sales returns. According to this question, there isn't any value of sales return, but we can find the value of revenue, 124,000. So let's enter this information in the income statement, revenue, 124,000. The next section is to find the cost of sales. In order to find cost of sales, You add opening inventory, add purchases, deduct purchases returns, add carriage inwards, deduct goods drawings, and deduct closing inventory. Now, out of this list, we can only find few of them in this question. So we have purchases, opening inventory, and then the closing inventory. Now, how do we find the difference between opening and closing inventory? Is by looking at the date. So 1st Jan 2019 is the beginning of the financial year. Therefore, that should be your opening inventory. 31st 12 2019 is the end of the financial year. Therefore, consider that as your closing inventory. Now, you give a heading cost of sales and list the 3 items that appears under cost of sales and enter the information in the first column. 1/1/2019 inventory 5,390, purchases 55,440, 31st 12 2019 inventory 5,165, which needs to be deducted. Therefore, now we can find out the accurate value of our cost of sales. 55,665. The next step is to find the gross profit. We find the gross profit by taking the difference between the revenue and cost of sales, which is 68,335. Next step is to identify other income and expenses. So let's move to the question, and you can see here discount allowed is an expense, discount received is other income, carriage outwards goes under expenses, insurance, the value of 6,840 goes under expense, general expenses, wages. Lastly, provision for depreciation, the value of 4,800 should go under expenses. Now let's list all these items into the income statement format. Discount received 1,385 comes under other income, and there are these items which comes under expense. Discount allowed 2,400, carriage outward 6,160, insurance along with a prepayment, therefore you deduct the amount of prepayment or add the current year's amount only, which is 6,840, general expenses 8,100, wages 9,600, depreciation of furniture, we already did the working for it, 24,000 into 20%, straight line method 4,800. Now it's time for totaling, to find out the profit for the year. So first of all, let's add the gross profit along with discount received amount. 69,720. Now let's add the total of the expenses. It adds up to 37,900, which you need to deduct in order to find the profit for the year. So how do we find profit for the year? We take 69,720, take away all the expenses 37,900. By doing that, you can find the profit for the year. Now we had gotten the correct profit for the year figure in income statement. The next step is to prepare partnership appropriation account. In order to do that, you should have a clear idea of the format of partnership appropriation account. This is the format of an appropriation account. First you enter profit for the year. If there is any interest on drawings, you enter that, which needs to be added. Interest on capital and salaries you deduct in order to find the profit shared value. Now let's start posting the entries to the appropriation account. We already identified the profit for the year in our income statement, which is 31,820. We had derived this information from our income statement that we prepared. This 31,820 should be transferred to the appropriation account. Since there isn't any partner's loan interest, we just avoid the information, as well as there isn't any interest on drawing, so we can avoid that too. Therefore, here you get 0, or you can just avoid writing it, 31,820. We already calculated interest on drawings, interest on capital. For T it's 4,000 and for S it's 2,000. So let's enter those figures over here. So interest on capital. As you can see here, interest on capital amount is entered. T 4,000, S 2,000. Take the total, you deduct it in the next column. And salaries only allowed for T as per the question. You can see here a salary to TR of 6,000 per annum. So enter 6,000 only for TR and not for Sarna. So it's a total of 6,000. So from 31,820, you take away 6,000, which is interest on capital, and 6,000 salaries. By doing that, you can find the value of profit that needs to be shared among the partners. So it gives an answer of 19,820. As per the question, both of them share it equally. Therefore, profit shared for T is 9,910 and for S 9,910. So this is how we complete an appropriation account of partnership. Now the next question in this paper is to prepare only Sadhana's current account. So first let's identify the format of a current account. This is how a current account format looks like. I haven't included all the information to the current account. As per the question, we can change the information. So a balance brought down figure can be either on the debit side or credit side depending on the question. You enter it in the respective sides. There's drawings at the end of the financial year on the debit side, and salaries, interest on capital and profit shared will appear on the credit side. So first of all, what I do is I look for the information which is related to Sadhana. So first, let's go to the question, pick all the information which is related to Sadhana. As you can see here, this side is your credit side over here. So you can see the current account is 1,600 on the credit side. And then there's drawings worth of 17,000. So now let's enter this information to the current account. First, I'm going to enter the opening balance, which is 1,600 on the credit side. And then I'm going to enter the drawings amount, 17,000. Now, the rest of the information, I can find it in my appropriation account. So you can see here, interest on capital is 2,000. Salaries, there is no salary for Sadhana. And profit shared is 9,910. So let's enter this information to the current account. So now we had entered all the information to Sadhana's current account. Now it's time for balancing. So let's balance Sadhana's current account. As you can see here, the debit side is greater. So take the greater number side to the total. Now from 17,000, let's deduct 1,600, 2,000 and 9,000, 910. This difference will be written as follows. And then you bring it down to the opposite side, the next financial year's date. Now we are done with balancing Sadhana's current account, which has a debit value of 3,490. So this indicates that Sadhana is liable to pay back to the partnership business.